Stamp with Amy Kate YouTube Live, and today I'm going to show you some fun new items that are coming in the Stampin' Up! Online exclusives for November. So these are items that are only available for demonstrators to pre-order right now. However, I'll be chatting with you in just a second about how you can get your hands on these a little bit early if you are not currently a demonstrator but are interested in joining during the month of October. There's an awesome joining special, and you can add these pre-order items as part of your starter kit. So yay for that. Hey, Melanie and Danette, thanks for hopping in. Glad that you're here. And Lisa and Judy and Karen, everybody, thanks for joining. So I'm going to show you what I picked up on the pre-order. Hey, Michelle, thanks for hopping in. Which I think there was one stamp set that I didn't buy, but everything else I did. So I think you'll have a pretty good idea of what's coming in November once you see all the goodies. But again, Stampin' Up! Has put together an awesome little product list for us, which makes it a little easier, in my opinion, to shop because they're all online items, and so there's no catalog that goes with them. This just kind of groups things together so you can see what's bundled and what's not, but know that one of these is coming, so yay for that. So hey, Christine and Bree and Marva, thanks everybody for joining. All right. Before we get started, I do want to do a couple of reminders, and then we'll dive right into all the products. So, hey, Linda. So Stampin' Up! Announced yesterday that they are doing a kits collection sale. All of the kits in the kits collection, so that doesn't include things like Paper Pumpkin. It's just the kits in the kits collection, and there are quite a few of them. Are going to be on sale for between 10 and 30% off on Monday, October 6th through Wednesday, October 8th. So be on the lookout for that. Lots of great deals on those kits. So again, between 10 and 30% off. And there is a new Christmas card kit, the cute little nutcrackers for Christmas, the tags kit. There are birthday card kits. Trying to remember what else is out there right now. I don't know, lots of different things. So go out, take a look, get your list ready, and order early to make sure that you're able to get the ones that you want. So hey, Karen and Marilyn and Gail and Pam and Sally, thanks everybody for hopping in. And as I was just yakking about earlier, that awesome starter kit special. If you are not currently a demonstrator, this is, I think, the best starter kit special that Stampin' Up! Has had in my time of being a demonstrator, which has been 13 and a half-ish years, I think is how long I've been a demonstrator. It's been a minute. So right now, if you join before the end of October as a demonstrator, you get to pick from two different starter kit options. So the first starter kit is only $35. And you get to pick $125 worth of Stampin' Up! Merchandise in that starter kit, which is a screaming deal. So again, $35. There's no commitment to do anything beyond purchasing the starter kit. If you want to only purchase for yourself and get the demonstrator discount for yourself, that is just awesome and perfect with us. If you want to run the business, awesome, we can help you with that too. But so yeah, you can either purchase the starter kit for $35 and get to pick $125 worth of Stampin' Up! Merchandise, and the kit will ship for free. Or you can pay $99, which is the regular price on the kit, and get to pick $189 worth of Stampin' Up! Stuff. So awesome screaming deal. And again, all of this stuff that I'm going to be showing you today, you can add as items to your starter kit. And if you can't get everything you want in your starter kit, then you can actually purchase it once you join and get the 20% discount for yourself. So screaming deal. If you have questions, let me know. We'd love to have you come join our team. We've had quite a few people take advantage of this offer already. Like I said, to my opinion, it's the best time to join ever. So let me know if you have questions about that. I'd be happy to chat with you more about it. And then the final thing is, just don't forget that the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar, as far as I know, is still available. I haven't seen that it's sold out yet. So get your hands on that. It's $99, and it's got 12 little boxes essentially inside it, inside the calendar. So it's like an Advent calendar, only it's only 12 days. Whatever. It is like that. And inside each little box, there is something new that you can do. Use for paper crafting and card making. So there is a stamp set that comes with it, and that is not inside one of the boxes, but then inside it there are dies, there's paper, there's embellishments. I'm trying to remember what else I saw in there. There's a little set of masks. So lots of awesome stuff. Anyway, a good deal, and it would be a great Christmas gift for your crafting friends and or yourself if somebody is looking to get you something for Christmas and doesn't quite know what to get. So it'd be awesome. So, all right. Before we get started, I wanted to talk a little bit about the new stamp and die cases. So I'll show you one here in particular. So this is just the first one that I had on the top of my stack. So this is what the new cases look like. They've got an awesome little flap here on the back. So this is a stamp set case, although they're exactly the same thing. Stamp set and dies come in the same cases now. There's just a little difference on the top of it, and you'll obviously see that this has got die images on it, where this one's got the stamp set images on it. They measure about 5.5 inches wide by about 9 inches tall, and they're not flat, obviously, because they've got a stamp set inside them, but they're very thin, super thin. And I'm liking them more than I thought I would, Michelle. Actually, originally when I saw them, I'm like, oh, but you know, for those that don't love them, I understand, because I initially had some reservations as well. I can't say that I was immediately in love with it, and then I had to rethink my storage and all that. And I'm going to show you a couple of ideas that I have for storage on these as well, as we're going through the video. But I like them. They're nice. It's kind of a nice sturdy plastic. It's not real shiny. It's got a little bit of a matte finish to it. So they're smooth and they're easy to touch and whatever. So am I converting any of my packages? I will not be personally, just because I get rid of everything when it retires. And so I don't, in my opinion, it didn't make sense in my head to convert everything over to the new packaging, and then it would be retired within 6 months. And anyway, so my thought was I'm just going to keep it as it is. But if you do want to convert to all of the same packaging, these empty cases are available to order. So you can order these just as a pack. I think that there are 4 or 6 of them. I can't even remember how many in a pack of these. So you can buy just the empty cases. And then if you love the old packaging, which is like the DVD style cases, the empty cases for those are going to be available to order too. So you can order the new stamp sets and put them into the old cases. You'll obviously have to chop up the artwork a little bit in order to get it to fit inside the old cases, but it's definitely an option. So there are different ways you can do it. Like I said, if you want to convert everything over so it's all the same, you can do that. If you don't want to, that's okay too. So do like I'm doing and just kind of do halfway in the middle. So, all right. So this is what the new cases look like. And again, they've all got the little tab thing on here, so you can slip it back in afterwards. There's no button, no snap, no nothing like that. Also, I did get some questions early on from people. So I'll pull out the insert and you can kind of see what's in it. So this measures about 5 1/4 by about 8 3/4 tall when you pull it out. And then obviously it's double that. So you're going to open it up. It's sort of like a card on the inside. Janet's asking, do you think the dies will fit in the stamp case? Janet, hang on one second. That was going to be my next thing to talk about. So, all right. So this is what the stamp sets look like inside the case. And as I was just saying, I got some questions early on about this, and I did not know the answer until right now. But yes, these will fit inside the same case. So you can, if you want to combine your stamps and dies together, they easily fit in there and will slide in and out without any issues at all. My only hesitation with putting them in together, well, I shouldn't say hesitation. The only thing to be aware of when you put them in together is I might not put the die side obviously towards the stamps, because I'm afraid that if you had them in the case together and kind of smushed together, that you might get some dents in your stamps from the cutting part of the dies. But as long as you keep it so that they're turned separately, or you can take the dies and maybe even put them on the outside like that and slide them in, I think they'll work perfectly together. So that is my assessment of it. Once you get them, you can take a look. But yes, they definitely fit in and slide in and out really easily together. There's plenty of room for both of them in there. So I think even if, well, I don't know that I've got any double sheets of dies, but even if it were a double sheet of dies, there was plenty of room. I don't think you'd have any trouble getting 2 of them to fit in together. So, all right, hopefully that answers your question, Janet. So, all right. So yeah, those are the new cases. And like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm liking them better than I thought I would. So I put the dies on the magnetic sheets. Yes, those should also fit on here. Again, you're obviously going to have to cut your magnetic sheets. Well, at least the magnetic sheets that I have. It depends on what size you have, but the magnetic sheets that I have, I would need to trim them down because mine are about 6 inches by 7 inches. So I'd have to cut about 1 inch off the edge of mine. I get my die sheets from Stampin' Storage, and I suspect they're pretty good about when Stampin' Up! Changes anything, they have new storage stuff made up for us about the same time that we can start ordering it. So I'm kind of hanging on and waiting a minute to see whether Stampin' Storage gets the magnetic sheets that are going to be the same size. So that is my plan for right now, is I'm going to hold off on buying anything new, redoing all the storage until I kind of have a better idea of, first of all, the space that I'm going to need, and secondly, if Stampin' Storage is going to do something nice, like the magnetic sheets that are going to fit inside here, which, like I said, I suspect that they will. I can't guarantee that, obviously, because I don't run the company, but that's just, they're pretty good about that. Otherwise, you can buy, like I know some people use like vent covers and that sort of thing from Home Depot or Lowe's or, the hardware store, and those are really easy to cut apart. So whatever you're using for dies, for your current dies, again, as long as you can get them cut down to the size to fit inside, they should work very well together. All right? So that's enough about the actual packaging, I think. So yeah, I think they will, Janet. They're, like I said, they're pretty good about kind of keeping up with what Stampin' Up! Does, and being attentive. And of course, this isn't going to work very well because these are really tall, but maybe I'll take these all out of here. So what I currently have, I have a couple of extra of these, and these are from Stampin' Storage, and they're called Creative Crates. Creative Crates, like C-R-A-T-E-S is the second word on that. They're wooden bins, and again, just because I already have them, that is what I'm going to go with temporarily for my storage. They have, I think, 3 different sizes, or maybe 4. This is the smallest one. Obviously, they have one that is about twice this size, and then one that's about 3 times the size. So they're much, much bigger than this size that I currently am showing you, that they have available. So again, I don't get any reimbursement from Stampin' Storage. I just like their product. But as you'll notice, hopefully, again, you can see it. It's got a slanted edge on one side of it. That's probably way too close to the screen. I was going to see if I can, hopefully, I was trying to get it to see if it will, I don't know. It may not, like I said, I've got it probably too close to the screen, but it's got a slant on one edge of it. That is the main thing, that as you are thinking of storage, the only thing that I would consider is try to get something that's got a little bit of a slant to it, so that when you put the new stamp sets in it, you'll be able to kind of flip through and do this kind of a thing, flip through so you can see the fronts. And then, yeah. So hopefully that makes sense, but that is what I'm going to be using temporarily until I kind of get the final plan of exactly how many of these bins that I'm going to need, whether I want to go with those bins or not. I did see that Amazon, if you go out there and just search for pantry organizing bins, pantry organizer, I think is what I put in, pantry organizer bins. They have tons of options, and they're very inexpensive. They're kind of that heavyweight clear plastic, and they have some that are like beveled on each side and that are a little bit wider. And I don't know, I think the longest one I saw was like 11 or 12 inches long. There's some that are 6 inches. There are some that are 9 inches. So there are tons of options out there for storage. If you're thinking, I looked at the Container Store too. So again, if you have a Container Store close to you, lucky you, first of all. And secondly, just take your stamp and die case in there and stick it inside and see what fits. But they look like they also had some clear pantry organizers that would work great for these. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Like I said, I know when I initially saw the change, I'm not going to lie, I was a little... but I think it's going to work out all right. In the long run, I know it'll be good because, yeah, we'll have lots more room to store even more stuff. All right, so let's get going on the actual product itself. This is the first suite, and it's called Brushed with Beauty. And it's got 2 stamp sets, a pack of dimensionals, a pack of dots, designer series paper, and an embossing folder in it. So this is the first stamp set in it. Is called Words of Beauty, and it's the one that I already showed you. So it's obviously got sentiments in it. It's the mix and match sentiments. So they're nice ones, kind of a good basic stamp set. And then we've got the coordinating Words of Beauty dies. And these have got the opening die, banner type dies that you can use to cut out any of these kind of mix and match sentiments. And then we've got a just and a because that you can cut out a couple different ways. So you can stamp and cut it. You can die cut in one color and then do the outline in another color. Yeah, So lots of different ways you can use it, or you can just stamp with it. So, hey, Karen, glad you're enjoying it and glad you were able to hop in for the unboxing. So, all right, Words of Beauty is the stamp set. Again, it's called something to do. Oh, someday I'll learn all these. Brushed with Beauty is the name of the suite. All right. The second stamp set in the suite is called Petals of Beauty, and it's one of those two-step stamping ones. And obviously, the other thing I didn't say, but hopefully you all know this, all of the stamp sets moving forward are going to be photopolymer. So these are all the clear, easy to see through, easy to stamp with stamps. So again, this is one of the two-step stamping stamp sets, so really easy to stamp with. Again, just got your layered images. So these two, these two, these two. This is a little flower center. And then this, I'm guessing, will stamp over top of one of the leaves, but I'm guessing it's that leaf that you can kind of stamp over the top of. But some beautiful floral images in it. And then we've got the Petals of Beauty dies. And again, the open dies are the ones that are going to cut out your stamped images. And then there are some here that you're going to be able to use all by themselves. So you can just do, layer up your flowers and do lots of pretty die cutting, lots of layering. Always love those. So again, Petals of Beauty is the name of this stamp set bundle. And then there's a beautiful pattern embossing folder. This one has got little dots and little like X's. I don't know how else to describe it other than dots and X's. Hopefully you can see the pattern on there. It is one of the 3D embossing folders, so it's a little thicker and will require that little different sandwich on your die cutting machine. But again, it's called Beautiful Pattern Embossing Folder, and it's part of this same suite. Then let's do the little dots first. Then we've got some pretty Pearls of Beauty dots, and I shouldn't even guess at the colors. I probably can guess after we've looked at the paper. Calypso Coral. I'm not even sure what color. Maybe Petal Pink and White is what I'm going to guess. Or maybe that's Very Vanilla. I don't know. Very Vanilla is what I'm going to go with, and I'm probably wrong on that. So, all right. So those are the little dots. Again, there are two sizes for each one. Just pretty, and they're fairly flat. So these will be ones that you'll be able to mail with just putting a little cover sheet over the top of them. You should be able to mail cards out with those on it. Then we have got the Brushed with Beauty Designer Series paper, and the colors are Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Early Espresso, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Secret Sea, and Very Vanilla. So again, this is one of those where it kind of looks like a painted, like acrylic or oil paint type painting. Flip side, of course, I've got it upside down, is little flowers, and I love this. These are so pretty. I mean, this really you could just chop up and make into card fronts. Just add your die cut sentiments over the top, add a couple layers under it, and it'd be perfect. Got kind of a neutral background on this one. Little pretty flowers on this one as well. What I didn't check is if any of the dies, I don't think any of those are going to cut that. Just trying to look at, I'll try to keep an eye out on my stamp set and see if I think any of these are going to die cut. So it might be crumb cake. I don't know. Oh, it does say crumb cake on there. But that's not listed as, is it listed as a color in the paper and I just went right over it? It's not listed on the back of the paper, but that's definitely crumb cake. And thank you, Karen, for verifying that the pearls are Calypso Coral, crumb cake, and white. So, and Judy as well. Thanks so much. All right. So again, little Mossy Meadow on here. And then some pretty flowers on the flip side. This is Calypso Coral. Flipping it over, and this, I love this. Looks like, I don't know, I know it's not, but it looks almost like little cotton plants to me, but very pretty. Then we got this one, which is your Petal Pink. And then this is the same thing with the Darling Duckling background. And then we've got stripes in crumb cake. And then some more pretty florals in here. Again, this is one of those that'd be really easy to just cut up and turn it into card fronts and all done. So, all right, Brushed with Beauty, again, is the name of that paper. And then for those of you that miss vellum tremendously, guess what's coming back? Yay, it's vellum. So it's just kind of standard issue. To me, it looks and feels pretty much like the vellum that we had before. These are just 12 by 12 sheets of it. So yay. It is weird they didn't list it on the paper. That's why I was all confused. I'm like, what? That can't be. That I know that that's not one of those colors. So yeah, I don't know why it's not listed on the paper. And it may be in the listed in the online store. Sometimes they forget colors when they're putting the papers together. So, all right. So we've got 12 by 12 vellum paper, and there are 12 sheets in each pack. So yay! I was happy to see it coming back too, Michelle. All right. So that is again, the Brush with Beauty. Oh, and of course the vellum went sliding over here as I went to set it down. So that's the first suite. The second suite is called Hobby Haven, and this is a cute one too. It's got a cute little stamp set and coordinating dies. So again, these are they're designed obviously to be able to die cut in tags. Is it just plain vellum? Yes, that is correct, Linda. Just plain old vellum, just like the standard issue that we used to have. It feels, although I didn't keep any of my old vellum, to me this feels maybe slightly thicker is the only thing that I would say. But yeah, it's standard issue, just plain white vellum. So, which I love. I mean, I like the decorated stuff, but the plain white is easier because, yeah, that goes with everything. So, all right. So again, Creative Haven is the name of the stamp set. So got some cute little sentiments on here with a great set of dies that coordinate. They're the little ones that you can cut different shapes in the tops of the tags if you want to cut little holes in the tags for the ones that don't have them. There are a couple little accessory dies here that are kind of greenery pieces. Again, Creative Haven is the name of it. Then there are some dots, and these are the earthy matte dots. And again, I should probably not even guess, but I'm going to say Secret Sea, Cherry Cobbler, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie. Those are my guesses. We'll find out if I'm right when I flip over the paper and tell you what colors are in that. Look at you go. And I'm so wrong always on the colors. I should stop trying to guess. It says Cajun Craze. Wow, that looks a lot more like Cherry Cobbler to me than Cajun Craze. But again, I don't know. It can probably go either way. All right. There's also a pretty ribbon it's an 1/8 inch chevron ribbon, and the color is garden green and white. And it's just, as it says, standard issue chevron ribbon, chevron design on the ribbon. And again, garden green and white. It is really pretty, and it's thin, which I love that too, which makes it so much easier for tying bows and stuff like that and using it on card fronts. Not that I don't love the gift packaging kind of ribbon, but I do a lot more cards than I do gift packages, so I'm always looking for ribbons that are small and thin like this that will tie nice little bows, and this one definitely will. So again, garden green and white, and it is the 1/8 inch chevron ribbon. And then we've got, this is a specialty pack of paper. It is called Hobby Haven. And it's 12 by 12 paper. The colors listed are Basic Beige, Cajun Craze, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Garden Green, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. So lots of colors in that one. And again, I don't know. Those sure look Cherry Cobbler to me. Although I guess now that I put them up here, yeah, there is some orange undertone. I don't know. We'll be able to use them for many things, I think. So, all right, so these are the designs. Again, just kind of fun for anybody that loves anything crafting. There's sewing machines, yarn, scissors, a little bit of thread, the little stick pin, what is the name of it? Pin cushion. I don't know if I think that's supposed to be like seam binding, maybe is what that looks like. Or maybe it's a measuring tape, but it almost looks, I don't know. I'm not very good at all the crafty things. There's like floss and embroidery stuff, so definitely some cute paper. Flip side of it is just got your basic little, these almost look like leopard print to me, but they're not quite because I don't think leopards are Coastal Cabana, but it does kind of have that leopard printy kind of feel to it. This one is so cute. How fun is that? Just little chairs and houseplants and like little house images. So again, this would be one that would be really easy to cut up. It's a package of needles. Thank you, Nancy. I would never have come up with that. So thank you for letting me know that. Now I know. So like I said, I'm looking at it, I'm like, it looks kind of like the seam binding packaging that you buy at the store, but package of needles. Huh. I'll say Nancy's correct because I don't have any idea. So, all right. So definitely some cute paper on here. Again, this would be one you could really easily just cut up into card fronts sized pieces, layer them up, and card fronts would be done. Love the kind of basic like plaid type image on the back. This one's petal pink. This, I know my daughter will love this. She loves books and libraries and all things reading. So this has got lots of cute little books, bookmarks. Yep, my old lady reading glasses. So a little cup of coffee there, the book lamp. So lots of cute images on this one. And then flip side has got, again, just kind of almost looks like pebbles sort of thing, like tile pebbles is what I would say. Oh, this is upside down. Again, these are more like household type items, kind of spa kinds of things, I guess, because there's the mask and there's like the little slices of fruit and the whatever those facial roller things are. Clearly, I'm not into that because I don't know what they're called. I know they have a name, something you roll on your face. There's all sorts of there's the rolled up towel, the little makeup removers, so all kinds of fun images, kind of spa type related. Oh, definitely hop in and watch the replay, Carol. All right, and then flip side is kind of almost a rainbowy look, but it's pastel colors. Just a little kind of, I don't know, smeary rainbow. Next one up is all things cooking. So there's all this kitchen stuff. There's your little espresso machines, mixers, scales, colander. There's a blender, eggs. I think those are supposed to be coffee beans, little coffee bag, a bag of coffee, the little scooper for your cookies, a bundt pan. So all kinds of fun little kitchen related things on them. And then flip side has got green plaid. So a cute background on that one. And then you get 2 sheets of these. They are the same. Yep, they are the same. Wanted to double check that as I was saying it. And I'll start up here at the top. These are pre-cut, pre-inked, pre-printed is the word I was looking for, images. So these are the ones that you can just pop out, stick them on your card front, layer it up, and your card front's going to be all done. So again, espresso machine. There's the little kind of mannequin, although it's a dressmaking something, I can't remember the name of it. Little ticket image. We've got tags, house plants, the apron, some painting things here. So we've got the canvas and the little color palette and your paint brushes. So books, camera, again, all sorts of fun images. This one's your little spa stuff. So it's a great, great set of paper. So the hobby paper would be great to cut up, definitely for toddlers' books so they can learn. Although I must admit, some of it I'd probably be learning right along with them, Karen, because I don't know the names of all the things. So definitely called a Betty. See, Nancy, she's got my back today. So helping me to figure out what all this stuff is called. Again, Hobby Haven is the name of this designer series paper, as well as the entire suite. So lots of good stuff in that one. So those are the only 2 suites. Next up, I've got some bundles here. So this one is called Swirled Designs. And again, it's just what it says, Swirled Designs. Kind of got your swirly image here, like a painted background, a little bit of a plaid look to it, kind of a dashed stars, splatters, little flowers. So cute little images here, Swirled Designs. And then we've got the coordinating dies that go with it. Now, looking at these, they're similar images. You can certainly stamp and then cut the image out with these dies, but it doesn't look like any of these are intentionally meant to work together. Like this die, that's kind of the swirly looking one. You can definitely stamp and die cut the paper with it, but they don't fit together, if that makes sense. So they're not gonna. You won't be able to perfectly cut out this image, I guess is what I should say. So again, Swirled Designs is the name of the stamp set bundle. Got dies and a cute little stamp set. So, hey, Julie, thanks for joining. All right, next up, this one is called Outdoor Adventure. And again, if you're like me, always looking for cards for men in our lives, not that they don't appreciate flowers, but I try not to give them too many flowery cards. So always good to have some backup items here. So we've got, again, there's a fox. Fox would have the big fluffy tail. Because I think coyotes, I don't know. Fox, coyote, I don't think it's a wolf. But then there's an elk, got trees, and then just kind of some background images. And again, some a little more generic sentiments. These might be, if you're into memory keeping or scrapbooking, these would definitely be good for that. And then I love the little boot die cuts. So these are designed to work together. So you can put the sole part inside the die cuts for the outer part, and then you can cut out little boot marks. There's a little set of mountains, arrow, and then these dies will cut your stamped images, and then this one looks like a little piece of tape. So definitely a cute stamp set bundle. And I'm going to grab a drink while I'm switching over here. Sorry. Get to yakking, and then all of a sudden I start coughing. So, all right. Valentine Kisses is the name of this one, and it is a cute the kissing booth is essentially what this turns into. So this is the top part, this would be the bottom part, and there's these you can cut as little swag hearts that'll go on it. This one would be a little banner of hearts on it, or a little banner on it. You've got your little sign on here that you can stamp the XOXO in. Let's see, there's a little teddy bear, and then two larger bears. We've got the little wings to turn them into the little angel, is it angel? Cupids, not angels, cupids. This is your little kissing booth guy who's going to sit behind the kissing booth. So you basically would stamp that, and you can build your little booth around this guy, put the bottom underneath it. Again, there's a little jar of honey, flowers, the sign here that you got, and you could probably write open on it or something like that if you wanted to do that too. And then just some fun sentiments in it, sending love your way to celebrate this special day, happy Valentine's Day, giving a big smooch, and bear hugs and kisses. So definitely one of the cute little sets. I know that last year I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of Valentine stuff in the mini catalog. There may be more this year. I don't know. We haven't heard one way or the other, and I haven't seen the new mini catalog. But if you're looking for some Valentine things, kind of as you're finishing up your Christmas cards a little later this year, this will be available November 4th to order. So, all right. Again, Valentine Kisses is the name of that one. All right, then we've got Delicate Framing is the name of this stamp set bundle. It's got some really pretty sentiments in it. So the stamp set is just sentiments. And then we've got these pretty little delicate frames that you can die cut around it. So these, obviously this would be like the top and the bottom of the frame, or side and side of the frames. Same thing with this one. Some pretty floral and greenery images. So lots and lots of pretty things in here. These are those die cuts that you're definitely, if you don't have the adhesive sheets, you'll want to get some for these die cuts, because they will be not very much fun to try to glue down with liquid glue. At least for me, they're not. I don't do well with liquid glue anyway, and then getting these little skinny things definitely wouldn't go great. So grab some adhesive sheets if you don't have some already. If you're going to grab this stamp set bundle, it's really pretty. All right, again, it's called Delicate Framing. Next up, we've got Friendly Foliage and this pretty little stamp set. Again, love the sentiments in here, love the kind of mix of different fonts. There's a Get Well Soon, which I know a lot of times people will ask for that. Have trouble finding those kind of sentiments. There's a Sending Love, You're on My Mind and in My Heart, Wishing You All the Best, Here for You Always and Thinking of You, and then this pretty kind of greenery image, a couple smaller greenery images. And this die actually will cut out, when you stamp this, you'll be able to cut out this greenery image. And I believe, although I don't know if these are exactly the same. Yep, it is the same size. Okay. I wasn't sure if the size on the front of the packaging was the same size as the actual stamp, but it looks like it is. So you're going to be able to layer those dies together and actually die cut this stamped sentiment to make it be a little more detailed, I guess, rather than just having the big kind of chunk of it cut out. This will also cut out the inside part, so you can have it be a little more delicate. So, yes, the stamp set cases, actually, Julie, on all of the stamps that are available in this, with the online exclusives and moving forward, everything is going to be the stamp set case. So we didn't have an option, which is all right, because I don't know. Like I said, I'm liking them a lot more than I thought I would. And if you're just joining or joining a little bit late, at the beginning of the video, I did talk through kind of the sizes of everything, so you can go back and watch the replay on that. But again, Friendly Foliage is the name of this one, and got a couple dies here that will cut out these stamped images, and then a couple of accessory dies here as well. So again, just a pretty one, Friendly Foliage, good basic stamp set. Next up, we've got On Display, which this is definitely one of those fun ones. It's kind of like the tackle box one, only more fun sentiments, I think. and a little more, in my opinion, a little more useful, because this one I think many people could use. Where the fishing one with the tackle box, you know, if you don't fish, you may not love that one. But again, this is called On Display. Cute with good little sentiments in here. You're the best, just for you. You've been on my mind. Treat yourself. Hello, you deserve all the good stuff. And a birthday for the books. So there's a little book images in here, the little bird cage, and there are birds that you can stamp in the bird cage. There's cat images that go together, so you can put stripes on the little kitty if you want to. There's a flower pot, and then you can mix and match the different flower pieces. There's a two-step globe, got a couple different jars, and then we've got the little banner type flags, books. I think I already said that, picture. And then this. I'm sure I'll figure out what this is one day, but there's nothing that's like immediately coming to mind that I could two-step stamp, unless it's like a small vase maybe. I don't know. Maybe Nancy can help me with that. I'm not entirely sure what that image is for. I'm sure there's something that it's got to coordinate with. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so do the envelopes close easily? Yes, they do, Judy. And again, as we chatted about early in the video, the stamps and dies do fit together in the same case if you want to store yours that way. So, all right, again, On Display is the name of this stamp set and dies. And again, this is the out kind of little tackle box looking image on here. You can cut it out to look like a shelf, and then you can make actually I think it's this way, because I think these are the feet of the shelf. And then this little thing you can die cut and put across the top, and then it's a really decorative little shelf. So lots of options for that. What else? I don't know. Again, some books. There's some that are designed, these would be stacked sideways. These would be stacked vertically. Got your little plant die cuts, that sort of thing. So all sorts of good things. Stamped images all look like they've got dies that coordinate with them as well. So just a fun little stamp set bundle. Goes with the upper die, or upright die plant. Okay, thank you, Helen. I was wondering if that was it, so it goes upright die. Oh, is it like, does it go like, I don't know. Oh, I bet it goes underneath this. It would be like the base of that. Is that what you're saying? Maybe that's it. So I think that might be a base for underneath that. I figured there was some purpose for it. So, all right. On Display is the name of that one. Next up, this one is really fun. It's called Cake Day. And again, obviously birthday or celebration related. Know the die in the corner. Let me pull it back out. Like this one? It looks like it'd be too big for that, but I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it does work. Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you, Helen. So, all right, so I think what she's telling me, and I think I'm right, is this and this you can stamp together to die cut with that. So I think that's what it is. It's the base. Okay. All right. I think I got it now, Helen. Sometimes it takes me a minute. So, all right, but thank you for that. Okay. Cake Day, that was where I was at. Okay, so this is a fun little stamp set again, obviously birthday or celebration. This actually is two-step stamping, so you can create a slice of cake. So this would be your frosting, and then if you want to put sprinkles over the top of it, these are like the layers if you wanted to have it be a layered cake. This is a little kind of scalloped frosting that you'll put along, the top and the bottom of a cake. There's a candle in here, and this one looks kind of like a sparkler or a flame or whatever you want to call it. So definitely a fun stamp set. And then there's awesome coordinating dies, and I don't know if this one is sort of like the gingerbread die. Although hopefully I can get it off of here. Ugh, I should have pulled it up earlier. So this actually will cut the cake in some way. I know that it will. I know that it does, and I may have it upside down. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I got it upside down. Duh. Okay, so this is going to cut your cake, and basically you can make the slice of cake be a card. There's a score line in the middle, so you cut out, obviously, you need your whole sheet of paper. You stamped your cake images on there or not stamped them on there. You can just start with the basic die cut, and then cut that out, and then decorate your front. And then it would open up, and this would be a little card on the inside, so you can make the slice of cake be a card, which is really cute. These are candle die cuts. This one cuts out your kind of flame or sparkler type image. This one cuts out the frosting. If you don't want to have to stamp the candles and want those little swirly looking ones like you can get, these are the kind I get at the grocery store. You can die cut your candles. These are like the little dollops of whipped cream or whatever you'd put on the top. There's a little banner, like a toothpick banner you can stick on the top of it. What else have we got on here? Sentiment. This one will die cut your sentiments. Again, if you don't want to have to stamp all of the cake pieces, this is essentially your frosting. So you can stamp and die cut the frosting, or you can just die cut the frosting. Little stars, sprinkly things. This is like if you wanted it to look like the frosting was dripping down, you can cut out some drippies with that. Again, little sparkler type things you can put on the top of the candles. I don't know for sure what the circles are for. Again, maybe somebody will look at it and be able to say, obviously that's what it is, ding-a-ling, but I don't know entirely what you'd use those for. I was looking at the stand. Oh, maybe I should just look at the dies, and that would tell me the die packaging. They're little like macaroons are the cookies, right? Okay, so little like macaroon type cookies. So that's what that die is. I'm like, they look like napkin rings, but why would you put napkin rings on cake? But it's in fact, it cuts out the whole thing. It just scores the lines on here. So it's like little cookies is what those are. So, all right. And then the only other thing I'm not entirely sure is whether those are like a topping for the cookie, maybe. Or maybe it's oh, I bet I know what it does. I wonder, yes, that's what it does. So you can die cut these, and whatever the filling for the cookie would be, this would be like the outside, the sandwich part of the cookie. And then my guess is this little line right here, die cuts. And so you'll slide the filling right inside there, and you'd be able to stick this to the back of the cookie. So obviously this part wouldn't be showing, but just the little frosting edge would. So I think these two will slide together, and you'd be able to make, if I would stop sticking it to my hands, you'd be able to make little cookies with filling on them. So they'll be really, really cute. So, all right, there you go. Again, I think that's what that's all for. So again, Cake Day is the name of that one. Next up, we've got pop-up petals, and this is the last one of the bundles that I've got. So again, just some cute little stamped images. Love the flowers. 2-step stamping on this. Flowers go together. These flowers go together. And then I think those are the flower centers is what I'm guessing with that one. And there are a couple different vases. The dies will cut out your stamped images. And then these actually will cut little pop-ups for the inside of your card. So you can decorate up the outside of it and then open it up and adhere this basically to each side of the card. And then there's a score line in there, so you fold it and it pops out, and it'll make more sense when you actually see some samples, but it'll pop out and you can put some little flowers or something on the inside of the card. It's designed to pop up on the inside of the card. So there you go. Hopefully that makes sense. Like I said, once you see the samples, you'll be like, oh, that's what that crazy lady is talking about. But it essentially creates just a little pop-up on the inside of your card, and they're really cute. So again, Pop-Up Petals is the name of this stamp set bundle. All the stamped images have a coordinating die that goes with them for the flowers and the vases and the little butterfly. So yeah, there you go. All right. Last couple things here to show you. Oh, wait, I do have one more bundle. Never mind. I thought I was done with those. But there's a punch bundle. I'm going to flip it over so you can see the actual punch and not just the big glare on it. It is nice to have a little pop-up, a little something fun. So, all right, Banner Sayings is the name of this stamp set. And again, just got really good basic sentiments in it. You are loved, consider yourself hugged, wishing you good things, happy birthday, you did it, here for you, thanks a million, all those kinds of fun things. So good, just basic stamp set, again, called Banner Sayings. And then there's this cute little punch. This is called the 3-banner punch, and they are bundled together. So obviously these little openings in the punch will fit the sentiments on here. So again, you can kind of mix and match and stamp your sentiments, punch them all out with a little banner and banner punch, and yeah, so that's awesome. And I know some people love to be able to cut the banners and stuff like that in the ends of their sentiments. I am the worst at that. I can't ever get it right. And I know you're just supposed to snip down the middle and then cut the sides to match. Mine never match. And then I keep snipping and cutting and snipping and cutting. Next thing you know, my sentiment banner is like that long. So I always appreciate having little tools like this that help me to not be quite so frustrated when trying to make banners. So again, Banner Sayings is the stamp set, and 3-banner punch is the name of the punch. All right, now we're done with the bundles. Last couple things that I ordered here is I've got 2 stamp sets. So these are just stamp sets. And yeah, I love the punches too. And definitely a banner one. Awesome. So this is called Big Little Things. And again, just got some fun little sentiments in it and some cute little critters in it. There's the elephant, the hippo, the manatee, and the panda. So just a cute stamp set. Again, no dies or anything that coordinate with this one. It's just called Big Little Things. And then I love this. This is called Lasting Linen, and it is a background stamp. And it's just one of those that would give your background just a little nice texture on it. So I do love that image, and I know that I'll be using this one a lot. So I know that a long, long time ago, Stampin' Up! Had one that was a similar image to this. I don't remember what the name of it was anymore. I know they had one, but it was like way, way back, like before I was a demonstrator, kind of way back. So, and I always loved that stamp set and was sad when I sold it, but glad that we've got a replacement now. All right, then there are some lovely doilies. These are Bubble Bath and Real Red in color. There are 24 in the pack, so there are 12 smaller, 12 larger, and there are 6 of each color. So there are 6 red that are small, 6 of the Bubble Bath that are small, and then 6 large and 6 large. So I did grab a handy dandy little ruler. So these measure about 5 inches across for the big ones, and about 3 3/4 is what I'm going to go with for the smaller ones. So again, really pretty. If you wanted to flip them on the flip side, if you don't love the colors on these and want to turn them to a different color, you can always flip them over on the white side up and just use a little brayer or something and add a different color to it. The Bubble Bath one, you might even be able to just brayer right over the top of the Bubble Bath if you didn't want Bubble Bath, but these will be perfect for Valentine's. So just cute little doilies. And again, I'll hold it up and hopefully it'll catch these are just kind of almost two-toned hearts stamped on it and little scallopy images. So hopefully you can see those. If I hold it up a little closer, I'll kind of tilt it around. Maybe it'll show in one of these angles. And then it's a little easier to see. It's the same detailing, but it's a little easier to see it in the darker kind of red contrast, red and pink. So, all right. The last thing that I've got is some cool paper. This is called Whispers of Texture, and it's 12 by 12 specialty paper. There are 6 sheets, and you get, so there's 6 sheets total, so there are 3 of each of these. And these, I am quite certain, are not going to show up very well on video, but you'll just kind of have to trust me that I'll try to kind of tilt it around here a little bit. It's so hard to get lighting right on these because they're probably just going to look white when I hold them up, but I'll hold them up kind of close and tilt it around a little, and hopefully you'll be able to catch the texture at some point on this. This almost looks like the linen background stamp, only it's actually textured paper, so it's got a feel to it. So there's just like a little touch of texture. This one would be awesome if you want to use blending brushes on it. I bet it'll be really pretty. And then, yeah, I mean, you could die cut it. I'm sure you could do that. Yeah, I don't know. All sorts of pretty stuff. So, oh, you can see the texture good. Okay, so the other one, this one hopefully will be a little easier to see. This one is more like thin lines, basically. So that's like kind of pinstripey lines. And again, I'm just going to kind of slowly tilt it around, and hopefully at some point it'll catch the texture on it in the video. But I know it's hard to see because, again, it's white on white, but yeah, lots of pretty with that. So, all right, again, this is called Whispers of Texture 12 by 12 specialty paper. So that is it. That is everything that I ordered on my pre-order. So yeah, if you are not currently a demonstrator but are interested in getting your hands on this stuff early, lots of cute little things, definitely consider joining with that awesome joining special during October. We'd love to have you come join our team. Let me know if you have questions about that. Gosh, what else? I think that's about it. So anyway, yeah, that's all that I ordered. Lots of awesome new things coming. If I didn't say it earlier, this will all be available to order for everyone on November 4th. It's available now for demonstrators to pre-order. So if you, again, are interested in getting your hands on it a little bit early, come join the team. You can add it to your starter kit, and then whatever you couldn't fit in your starter kit, you can place an order and get a 20% discount on everything. So thanks again, everybody, for being here. I will be back with a project actually next week, Tuesday, around 2 o'clock Eastern time. And then again, around 2 o'clock Eastern time next week, Friday. And I will try not to go full on everything from the pre-order moving forward, because I do need to finish my own Christmas cards. And I know that you guys do too. So I need to behave a little bit and get Christmas cards done too. So it won't be all new pre-order stuff, but I know that I won't be able to contain myself, and I'll have to make a few new things. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Let me know if you have questions. Be on the lookout on my blog, which is stampwithamyk.com, for projects made with this stuff coming soon. Talk to y'all later.